I know how you feel right now. You feel like your world has collapsed and that a part of you has been taken away, and that you don't even have the strength to get out of bed or keep up with your routine. Your heart is shattered and the hope for a beautiful love seems impossible or very far away. But let me tell you something very important. Even though today you feel at your lowest point, your heart is not broken, and the wound, it won't stay open forever as long as we do what's necessary. And I know you've cried a lot, and maybe right now you don't feel like you have the strength or the will to believe you can get through this. But you're still here, beating, breathing, feeling, and living. And if you allow me, in this episode, I want to help you transform all that pain into the fuel for your rebirth. In just 3 days, you can regain your inner power and start healing your broken heart, even if today you think it's not possible. Just imagine for a moment waking up 3 days from now, feeling stronger, wiser, more at peace, and with more clarity about your life. That's the promise of this episode. So I welcome you, and I want you to know that you're not alone in this. Everyone who has gone through a breakup knows how painful it is, from heart to heart. I want to tell you that I understand you because I also fell into a deep depression because of a breakup. And when I got out of that, I started sharing everything I did to move forward, everything I studied, learned, and applied, and everything that worked for me. That's why I'm here with you today, and that's why for more than a decade, I've worked with tens of thousands of people in your situation. And believe me, we've proven that there is life after a breakup, and not just any life, but a fuller and more authentic one. In this episode, we're going to walk together through a 3-day journey divided into thematic blocks that will guide you step by step in your healing process. Each day is like a progressive step, and we're going to go from darkness to light gradually. And at the end of this episode, I can promise you that you'll know how to regain hope and direction. And if you're left wanting more, I'll also tell you how we can continue your process together. Does that sound good to you? Well, let's get started. On day 1, we're going to validate the emotional blow you experienced and detox you from that bond that's no longer there. Day 1 is in many ways a tough starting point, but also a very crucial one. This is where we validate your crisis and start to detox your mind, your body, and your heart from the relationship that ended. The first thing I want you to do today is give yourself absolute permission to collapse, to break down. Just as you hear it, fully enter your crisis. If you need to cry, then cry. If you feel anger, give yourself the space and time to hit a pillow or scream alone in your car or write curse words in your journal. Everything you feel is valid, just please avoid violence towards yourself and others. You're not crazy or weak for feeling heartbroken. You're a human being just like everyone else. And this breakup hurts because it meant a lot to you. You lost someone, but also the hopes, the shared routine, and maybe even part of your identity. It's natural to feel like your world is falling apart. Embracing that crisis and living through that collapse is the first step to healing. Remember that with crisis you grow if you handle it well. So now let's move on to the second element of this day 1, of this first step, which is detoxing from the relationship. While you validate your pain, we are going to do this emotional detox in parallel. Think of the relationship you had, which no longer exists, as an addiction. Your brain is so used to daily doses of that person, like their messages, their sex, their caresses, their presence, their gestures, their affection. Now suddenly, since you're missing all of that, your mind and your body are in withdrawal. That's why you feel anxiety, insomnia, and desperation, and that's why you want to know about your ex or get them back. It's as if your body is asking you for that drug, which was their love. Understanding this will help you be patient and compassionate with yourself because you're going through an emotional withdrawal syndrome. But just like an organism, a body detoxifies itself from a substance like alcohol or a drug, you can also detox from that toxic relationship or one that simply became addictive for you. And that produces, or used to produce in many cases, the same hormones, molecules, and neurotransmitters as drugs or alcohol. And here I'll tell you how to do it starting today. The first thing, zero contact. On this first day, I strongly encourage you to apply zero contact from now on. This means cutting off communication with your ex completely, unless there are children or other unavoidable matters. But even so, I would recommend keeping contact to a minimum and asking someone else for a while you regain your strength to handle those matters for you. I mean, have someone else deal with those issues. Block or mute their social media, hide their stories, delete their chats. Not out of immaturity, but for peace of mind, for emotional care. Every little message, every time you check their profile, or everything you do to see them or get them back. It's a dose that hooks you again, doesn't let you get out of their life. It's an addiction and it hurts you. So today your digital and emotional detox begins. Say goodbye, at least for now, to finding out about their life through social media and things like that. If you do it, I promise your peace of mind will thank you for it. Also, along with that, try to create a space free of emotional triggers. What do I mean by this? It means you should remove or put away, at least temporarily, those things that constantly remind you of that person. Photos, their gifts, their pillow, things that smell like him or her. You don't have to throw anything away if you don't want to. I don't get why you'd keep them, but if you don't want to throw them out, just keep them out of sight. Every physical reminder is a trigger that brings that pain back. Create an environment that feels like a sanctuary for you and your recovery. For example, change the background photo on your phone if it's with him or her. Rearrange your room, clean up, put away the photos, store the stuffed animals, whatever it takes to prepare the ground for your healing. Also, take care of your body. Remember that your body is the one suffering the breakup. Your emotional system is your whole body and it's going through a lot of stress. Maybe that's why you don't sleep well, feel hungry, or feel bad these days. It's normal. The stress and sadness it causes can weaken your entire immune system. So as much as possible, try to rest as much as you can, stay well hydrated, don't drink too much coffee, and eat even if it's something light, but eat something, a little soup, a piece of fruit, whatever you can. But your body needs fuel even if your heart is in pieces. If you can go out for a walk for a few minutes, get some fresh air, move, because all of that helps release the tension. Don't push yourself to do intense exercise if you can't, but don't neglect yourself completely either. Imagine that you're going through a bad flu, so when you're like that, you take care of yourself, have some soup, drink plenty of fluids, and rest. Well, with a broken heart, it's similar. So on this day and from today, treat yourself the same and seek to heal, but not your cold, your soul. Another very important thing is that you express yourself to release emotional toxins. Besides crying, look for ways to let all that pain out. Write a letter and pour everything out in it. Don't send it, just express everything you feel. Put your love, your hate, your sadness, your gratitude all mixed together. Then tear it up or burn it in a safe place, and with that you can symbolize the way you're going to start letting go. Also, talk to someone you trust and pour your heart out, or record voice notes just for yourself where you tell everything you're going through. Because what's important is that you understand that every tear and every word you let out is like poison you're expelling from your system. So allow yourself to purge the suffering without judgment, not to victimize yourself, but to free yourself. This first day is going to be an intense roller coaster, and that's okay. The important thing is not to fight against your emotions or deny what happened. Accept and embrace everything you are going through. Accept that you are hitting rock bottom, and accept that you feel like you're on the floor. Because from there, little by little, you will start to get back up. Be compassionate with yourself. If today you only managed to get through the day, that's enough. Celebrate that you made it through one more day and overcame it. I'm going to quickly tell you the story of Mariana, one of my students, and it's about this first day that I'm telling you that you have to go through. She couldn't stop crying and felt embarrassed for not having control. And then I told her, cry as much as you need, because your tears are sacred and they're the way your body releases all your pain. Don't hold them back. Mariana literally filled jars with tissues and tears and cried a lot. But with every tear she let out, she managed to free herself a bit more. By validating her breakdown without judging it, Mariana began to heal much faster. And you can do it too. Honor your tears because they cleanse your wound. At the end of this first day, it's likely you'll still feel pain. But something will have changed, something will have shifted, and breaking down won't scare you as much anymore. Because you'll know it's part of the process, so trust that the process works. And now that we've validated your pain and started to detox you from your ex, you're ready for the next step. I recommend you take that step on day 2. And that step is to reconnect with yourself, regain your focus, and start your emotional rebuilding. After the initial chaos of a breakup, you need to start your rebuilding. This stage is about coming back to yourself, reconnecting with the wonderful person you are, and gradually regaining focus in your life and rebuilding your heart with stronger pieces. Think that if day 1 was allowing yourself to be on the ground, day 2 is starting to slowly get up from it. We are not going to run yet, but we are going to stand up emotionally. During the relationship and especially after the breakup, it's common that you have forgotten about yourself. Maybe you lost yourself in your role as a partner, adapting so much to the other person that you put off your own needs. Or maybe after the breakup, you focused so much on the pain and on your ex that you neglected yourself. That's why now it's time to embrace yourself again. Ask yourself, who were you before this relationship? What things made you smile, feel excited, feel truly alive? Today and from now on, give yourself permission to think about yourself, just about yourself, without feeling guilty or selfish. Make a short list of 3 things, or as many as you want, that you've always liked or that you were curious about before and that you haven't done since you were in that relationship. I mean things like dancing, painting, writing, singing, working out, watching movies you like, taking a course, going out with friends, reading fantasy novels, or anything like that. Pick one of those things and schedule to do it this week. You'll do the others later, but at least pick one that you can start doing this week. Even if you don't feel like it at first, give it a try. Because it's been proven that returning to our passions reminds us who we are outside of a relationship. Feel that piece of your identity again that doesn't depend on someone else but on you. Regaining focus on your present is also very important. Until now, it's possible that your mind has been stuck in the past, wondering about things like, why did it end? What is my ex doing? Am I going to end up alone? What if I never find someone else? Or what if no one ever loves me like he or she did? Today, I want us to practice anchoring you in the present for you to be here and now. And a simple technique is that every morning when you wake up, before all the thoughts, your phone, and obligations overwhelm you, take 3 deep breaths and then ask yourself, what do I need today to feel a little bit better? It could be something like, I need to take a walk, I need to call a friend, I need to eat healthier, I need to cry for a while longer and then take a hot shower. Whatever it is, it's okay. Make a plan that you can follow smoothly and easily for your day with 2 or 3 realistic mini goals. When you accomplish them, no matter how small they are, you'll feel like you're regaining some power, control, and purpose. The focus of your day should be well-being and nothing else, and this will eventually lead you to amplify it. Here, we're also going to practice small doses of mindfulness, that is full presence when you take a shower. Focus on the warm or cold water, however you prefer it, running down your body. Be grateful for every part of your body. When you eat, savor every bite and don't think about all your to-dos. These exercises, which are very simple, keep your mind in the here and now, preventing your mind, your thoughts, and your attention from overflowing towards the anxiety of the future or the nostalgia of the past. Today and this moment are the only things that exist, and today, in this moment, you can do things to feel better about yourself. Imagine that your heart is like a vase that broke with the breakup. We're not going to hide the pieces under the rug, right? We want to rebuild it, we want to make it more beautiful and stronger. The cracks might stay there visible, but those cracks will be part of your new strength. Just like the Japanese art of kintsugi, which fills the cracks of a broken vessel with gold, making it more beautiful, stronger, and more valuable. So, how do you rebuild a heart? With self-love, with inner work, preferably guided by a mentor, and with a supportive community. Start by speaking to yourself with a lot of compassion. That cruel inner voice that might say things to you like, you failed, you're not enough, it was all your fault, we're going to challenge it. When you catch yourself thinking like that or hearing that voice, stop and ask yourself, would I allow someone to talk like that to someone I love? Would I talk like that to my best friend if they were going through this? Surely not, right? You would say, you are valuable, this doesn't define you, you did the best you could, you are going to get through this, someone is going to love you the way you long for, and things like that. So, talk to yourself the way you would talk to someone you love. Change the I'm worth nothing without that person to I am enough just as I am, and of course I can improve certain things and evolve, but I am a beautiful human being. I deserve love and respect. Change the I should never have done this to I learned from this and next time I'll do better. Every time you replace a negative thought with a compassionate one, a crack in your heart is sealed with gold. And this isn't about being unrealistic or having toxic positivity. It's about having compassion and patience for yourself. You didn't choose to have your heart broken, but you can choose how to react to what happened to you instead of thinking things like, my ex took away my happiness. Say, I'm not going to give anyone the power to take away my happiness. I'm going to recover and be happy for myself and because of myself. And whoever wants to come and share that with me, welcome. And whoever doesn't, bye-bye. This isn't about denying the harm you received, it's about reclaiming your power and reconnecting with it. You are the main character of your story. You're not a supporting character in someone else's story. This is when you start to rewrite your internal narrative of, I'm the poor victim who was left to, I'm the conqueror of my own world overcoming a challenge. Changing your perspective from victim to conqueror gives you back your strength and helps you be resilient. It's not easy, but every day remind yourself of this. I can handle this and I'm going to get through it for myself and because of myself. Now let's move on to day 3. And on this day, we're going to start rewriting your story with new decisions, new boundaries, and new habits. You've validated your pain and remembered who you are. Now it's time to strengthen your new version with clear decisions, healthy boundaries, and habits that drive you forward. Think of this third day as the beginning of your new life after the storm. If the breakup was what uprooted the tree of your life, now you're going to replant it in solid, fertile ground. Your roots will be stronger because you will nourish them with everything you've learned in this tough process. Try to establish a renewed routine that gives you stability, purpose, and hope day by day. You will feel very satisfied if you stick to it and make sure that routine includes healthy habits. You are the author of your life, and the breakup is just a chapter in that book, not the end. So, in addition to what I've been telling you, I suggest a simple but powerful exercise. Literally write the new version of your story from now on. Take paper and pen and write. How do you want to remember this moment in the future and what do you want to do from here on? For example, you can write something like, once there was a person who thought they had lost everything after a painful breakup, and for a while they were immersed in darkness. But one day, they decided to look for the light within themselves and began to work on themselves to heal, rediscover themselves, and discover their strength, realizing that they were greater and stronger than they ever imagined. And from then on, they built a new life full of purpose, joy, and beautiful love, starting with self-love. So, write your own narrative in that style, in third person or however you prefer, where you are the hero or heroine who overcomes this challenge. Rewriting your story can change how you see your experiences and what you want to experience next. It will help you see the breakup not as a curse, but as a push that, although painful, made you grow. And it may sound cheesy, but these things work because they give meaning to your suffering, and they also help you change your perspective. And when pain has a purpose, it stops being useless suffering and becomes pain that is a messenger and fuel for your transformation. As this day comes to an end, please look at yourself in the mirror with love and compassion. Really, do it. Look yourself in the eyes in that mirror and recognize the person you see and whom you haven't seen in ages. It's going to be you, but not exactly the same as 3 days ago. There will be a different light in your eyes. It might still be very faint, but that's the spark of your regained power. You will have survived your worst fear of having lost that love, and you will be moving forward. So give yourself credit and celebrate that, because many people get stuck in resentment, pain, or denial for months, years, or their whole life, and they sink into depression and never get out of it. But you are doing the work to heal yourself here with me, and that is extraordinary. Now you might be wondering, Johnny, and what if someone else shows up during this process? And if someone else excites me soon, will I be able to love without fear? How do I avoid Johnny making the same mistakes? These are very natural questions when you want to get your life back on track, and you won't have all the answers today, and that's okay. Your story is still open and still being written. You'll discover those answers along the way. The important thing is that you don't rush, that you really go through your process. And once you have a solid foundation and know how to validate your emotions, that you know how to love yourself, set boundaries, and know what you offer and deserve. So, with that, when a new love comes along, or even if your ex comes back looking for you already changed, well, you'll be able to choose better. You won't be the same person anymore. And then you'll make better decisions that are more consistent and in line with your happiness. And before I say goodbye, I want to leave you with a final message. And it's that this ending is in reality, for you, a new beginning. The person you were before this breakup no longer exists. In their place, a new you is emerging. It could be a new you who is depressed forever, or it could be a new you, more aware and more powerful. What kind of person do you want to be? I recommend that you take care of yourself, love yourself, and become that person who will never abandon or betray themselves. If you are on your own side, nothing and no one will ever be able to take away your peace and your smile so easily again now. It's possible that throughout this episode new questions have come up, or that you want to go deeper into a certain topic. And that's perfect, because it means you're committed to your healing. You might be wondering, Johnny, how do I maintain this strength over time? What do I do if I have a relapse? How do I attract healthier relationships in the future, or things like that? All these questions are deep and require time for inner work. You don't have to have the answers today, nor do you have to solve them alone. If you feel that you want to continue this process and get more guidance and have me as your mentor, well, I'm here and thrilled to help you. For that, I would love for you to comment the words "I want more," so I know that you like the topic, that it helped you, and that you want me to make more content like this. That way, I promise I'll keep helping you, even with workshops or courses on the topic, sending you a big hug. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and share it with someone who might need it. See you in the next episode.